Hey everyone, Gio here from Fandom United. Welcome back, and I want to talk about Creed 3. I just saw the movie, and I want to share some of my thoughts with you guys. I am a big boxing fan, or should I say, I was a big boxing fan. I don't like what the sport has turned into nowadays with all this Jake Paul and athletes challenging each other and whatnot. I just not a fan of it. For me, boxing, when I was really into it, it was with fighters like Floyd Mayweather, Manny Pacquiao, Joe Calzaghe, Ricky Hatton, and even going back to when I was a kid watching the Tyson fights versus Evander Holyfield versus Lennox Lewis. For me, that's boxing right there. And I really wanted to see Creed because first off, I'm a fan of the franchise. I love the idea of doing a continuation of the Rocky saga with the Creed spinoff. I just love that direction. I thought the first movie was excellent, amazing, really well done. The second movie I was a fan of, but wasn't as good as the first. And with the third one, obviously, like I said, I'm a fan of the franchise, but also because I miss boxing. I do. I miss being excited about it and watching, the pay per view fights and all that kind of stuff. I haven't really kept up with it lately, but with Creed 3, I wanted to go in and I wanted to revisit this world and just see some, fights, even if they are choreographed. This franchise has done its absolute best to not only make the fights as real as possible, but also innovate and give us something that we haven't seen before. And that's what Creed 3 does. And I appreciate that in regards to the fighting style. Michael B. Jordan, in an interview, talked about his inspiration from being a fan of anime. Now, I myself am a fan of anime. I'm not the biggest fan, but I mean, you want to talk Naruto? Awesome. And I saw some of that inspiration on screen, especially with the final fight between Jonathan Majors, who we'll talk about in a second, and Michael B. Jordan. I thought it was very stylized, very creative. And even though it wasn't like tick for tat, the, most accurate style of boxing and what you would see in a fight, it was still something that I could appreciate. And I thought Michael B. Jordan swung for the fences. And while he may not have hit a home run, I would say he hit a triple. The story was excellent. It's a story with Creed 3 about Adonis Creed getting a visit from his past in the form of Damian Anderson, played by Jonathan Majors. And it ties into the story of today and where Adonis Creed is at and how his past has come back to haunt him essentially. And it kind of unravels everything he has going for him, whether it's his family, his reputation as a fighter, and also just his mental state, and the trauma of your past and dealing with that. It's a heavy theme in this one. Jonathan Majors is having a career year. This guy is just getting all of the praise as he should be. Okay, Quantum Mania was not the best movie of the year. It certainly wasn't the strongest MCU movie, but he was great as Kang the Conqueror. In this movie, his performance and the character that's written for him is what helps carry this movie and makes it so interesting, in my opinion. I'm a big fan of movies where, it's best friends who are kind of like brothers, and movies that are also focused on brothers as well. Like that gets to me because I am so close to, my siblings. And so when I see a story like that, I'm in. And thankfully, this movie had a story that was so well written, with two leads in the role in Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Kang, who not only play well off each other, but also deliver exceptional performances. Michael B. Jordan is great as ever as Adonis Creed, and we find his character in a different time in his life. He's now a family man, he is a father. Him and Bianca, played by Tessa Thompson, are raising a little girl who has hearing deficiencies like the Bianca character. And so there's an element of sign language and representation that I thought was done really well. And overall, I got to say, with this movie, I was surprised how much it was able to, be its own installment in the franchise without a Sylvester Stallone present. Stallone is obviously not happy if you've seen, some of his comments on the internet in regards to this franchise and who holds the rights. I really wish we would have seen him in this movie, or at least a mention. There were a couple moments in this movie where I thought, man, if Stallone was here right now, it would be the perfect time to give Adonis Creed a pep talk. But that withstanding, I thought this movie did a good job holding its own. The fight sequences are stylized, and you could see them putting forth the effort. And I love the story, the story of family, the story of forgiveness, and it's just a really well done story, one that leaves the door open for this franchise. Okay, like HBO Max is talking about a Drago spinoff. Okay, and Drago does have a presence. The name and the family does have a presence in this movie. There's also a element of the story where like the daughter wants to fight and just live up and to her dad's reputation, and I guess her grandfather's reputation, in Apollo Creed. And that's definitely an avenue that they could explore. Do I want to see more of Adonis Creed? I do. I wouldn't mind seeing him and Jonathan Major's character. Overall, I do recommend checking out Creed. I think it was really well done. I wish I would have seen it in the IMAX theater. You could see just from whether it's the ring entrance or the fights that you could tell that those sequences were made for IMAX, and that is my one regret. Go out, watch Creed, have a good time. Let me know what you think, and thank you so much for joining me on this review. Geo from Fandom United, hit that thumbs up. We appreciate you guys so much. Until the next video, you guys take care.